You hear these stories of the little old lady, and they're unassuming, and then they find money sewn into the mattress. Well, this was one of those stories. It's an urban legend kind of story, and I got to be there, and got to be part of it. I had a history with buying hoarded homes or lots of contents from people, and I'm kind of known to take a risk on what seems like a crazy amount of stuff most people would walk away from. I kind of dive headfirst into. So I went and I had a look, and the house was so full of newspapers and some trash and lots of clothing. The only thing I saw was a grand piano, and I thought, from what I saw in the house, I thought it was going to be a break-even situation. That maybe with the piano and some of the other things, I might be able to get $10,000 worth of stuff, and I thought that might be a stretch. The first sense I had that there was something good, we were emptying out some leaflets in the front room, and some little silver bars fell out. And they were hidden amongst some magazines and garbage, and we thought, well, that's odd. On the first day in the house, we found probably about 7 small silver bars and some cash. Throughout the next couple of weeks, we found everything from a 100-ounce silver bar to bags of gold rings and jewelry and designer items that were all hidden in various spots around the house. And I'm talking like the sole of a shoe. You lift up a little bit of the inside, and there's some jewelry crammed in the toe of a slipper. And, so you're having to be very thorough. Most of the rooms you couldn't actually walk into. There was 4 feet of clothing and debris and other sorts of things piled throughout most of the house, where you actually had to physically climb. And it just became a daily discovery of actually looking for treasure. And so this began the process of looking thoroughly through books and shoes and magazines and newspapers, and eventually we amassed this hoard of amazing treasure that we'd found throughout the house. I thought she was a lovely lady. I thought she was very colorful and bright. And getting to know her and her personality, I feel bad, of course, that she lived in that environment. But she lived a very full life, and I don't think she spent much time at home. She traveled whenever she could. She was out and about doing things. She did live a very full life. And if that was the life that she meant herself to live, I'm glad that she got to experience lots of interesting things. As an only child, when her folks had passed, I think all of their inheritance went to her, and she was afforded this lifestyle that she was able to travel and shop and do all sorts of things that an average person wouldn't dream of. But the funny thing was that she was not very open about her wealth, and so many people thought that she didn't have much money at all. She caught the bus, she shared a bus pass with her husband, and lived what seemed to be a very low-key lifestyle, and was a piano teacher. And she stayed on as a piano teacher and instructor until she passed. We wanted to make sure we were respectful of her, but also respectful of the house too. And so we did our very best to bring the house back to its former glory, and also remind people of who she was actually as a person, of the ballerina, of the musician, and of the lovely lady that she was. I think that there's just a fascination with these sorts of stories, and it just reminds us of how temporary we are in this world, and how important are the things that we have around us.